All right, so I realize the lighting's a little bit low. It'll get brighter when I open this up. I'm not sure if anybody's ever done a video on this or not. Okay, some trucks, when you buy them used, they don't come with these. Some of them, they didn't make them with covers. You can actually put insulation. I've got some insulation for wintertime that I put between this and the glass, but I'll just show you real quick basically how this is supposed to set up and snap up, but I use it a different way. So come in here and unsnap these, but I want to show how to clean the window behind there. Okay, so it'll make sense why I'm doing it. It may seem rudimentary for a minute. You're like, well, who wouldn't know how to figure this out? Well, I'll show you a little something that you might not know. So this right here, this snap corresponds with this one right here that doesn't just snap on the other side, but you can snap into it. So you could do this, and that's how they have them made. And I can get this tucked in back here. You can do that if you want, all right? The problem is you're gonna fight this every time. Watch how hard it is. See, it's gonna come unsnapped. I already knew that was gonna happen. It's gonna come snapped off the backside before these two wanna really come apart. So you pick a fight with it. I'm trying to keep it snapped and then unsnap this without ripping the fabric or something. You see how that's a fight? Honestly, I'm not just trying to make a point. It's actually giving me trouble. So, okay, done. We're not gonna do that again, right? Because you learned, right? So check this out. I take these two down here, and it just so happens that they're the same distance apart, and you can snap these two up here. And you've got sunlight down here, okay? And then this thing here, straighten it out. You can fold it in if you want behind the glass. You don't have to. However you want to do it, but you get more light. There's a neater way of doing it that I've done. You can use these two here, have a little less light, you know, wherever you want to put it. But I usually just leave this folded out, and it will pretty well, with these two snapped, it's out of the way, you know, so you can fold them under. Now, there's another way I'll show you. It's on the other side here. This is how I usually do it. Tuck it under, okay? So you just basically, you take this snap off over here, this one off, but that one is using that button, and you just let it hang like that. All right, but the thing I wanted to teach was about these screens. How could you possibly clean the inside of that window on the other side of a screen? All right, let's go back over here and I'll show you. All right, so what you got is this thing is basically in your way. All right, we're just gonna remove it just this far at least, okay, so you can get access to it. This rubber piece right here, it's not glued or anything, so don't freak out because I'm gonna pull it off, all right? You just lift up on it, either end that you want to, either side. I'm actually gonna pull it off on this side. I wanna show this groove. Don't know how well it'll show it. Let me get a light on it. See, I had a light in that box. All right, let's try this. There's a groove that it just pushes down onto, okay? Okay, so you can pull it up from this side if you get that lip up, but you just pull up and it pulls off and you unseal it. You're peeling it up. Make sure you keep in mind the cut side is gonna be on the inside where that notch is at for replacement. Now, the screen here, if it's dusty, you wanna, you know, rinse it. You see how that dust is? Maybe you can't see that dust. It's difficult to show, but there's a little bit of dust. Try to keep it clean, but you know, you're in a dusty environment. Well, to wash this off, either way, you've got glass back here that you can't get to, so you're gonna lift straight up, and I want to show you this notch. This is important. When you replace this, when you put it back in, it's not going to come all the way down to here, but it's going to be so that you do not see any more daylight through that hole. All right, so let's just pull up on it. A little bit on that side, a little bit on this side, because there's a groove each side. Keep in mind I'm doing it one-handed. Now you see how that groove is right there, that little circle? Okay, so you're gonna put it, there's a track on each side of this screen. To put it back on, you're gonna wanna put one side on the track, and this side's up. And then you're gonna slide it down until it hits this track you're wanting lined up. See, I went past it a little bit. You want it lined up with this. Then you fit it in, then you continue pushing down until you don't see daylight. So that's how you get it back in. That's removal. And then of course you put this rubber piece back up here, you know, and you're just gonna push down here, 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 go all the way over along until it's in. The back side will be in its place there. Okay, so taking this back off, taking your screen back out, that's how you get access to the window. Get you some Windex, you know. So that's just what I'm doing. I hope everybody's good.